last on the list, just trying to get through the day. So let's get back to the kids. Most of you listening weren't taught the dangers of food. Most of us bought exactly what's on the shelf because it tastes good, or it looks healthy, or because you finally got your kid to eat something. Most of us didn't do our own research, and most of us don't know because there was no reason to know. If you're listening to this, you probably have a good idea. It's time to start knowing. It's time to start doing research and understanding that all the foods in the stores aren't healthy ones. So now that we know this, or have some kind of idea, don't you think it's time we start to educate the younger generations on what's in food? Don't you think we have some sort of obligation to give the children we love a better education on what they're consuming? Yes, of course, I know a kid really won't understand or be interested for that matter, but they should have a choice. They should have that opportunity we didn't have. I'm releasing my new book this November, 2012, which is a 30-day lifestyle detox, which includes a meal plan and recipes, shopping lists, and everything you need to help you understand toxins we put in our bodies every day. The plan is gluten-free, soy-free, GMO-free, and dairy-free. It's not centered around 30 days to lose 10 pounds. That's not the goal of the book. The goal is to help educate you on the toxins we deal with and how to avoid them. It's to help you learn how to eat better and help you prepare foods in a different way. On top of that, there's numerous sections on the mental aspect of detoxing the mind. So what I'm talking about in this segment is basically educating ourselves on the food that's out there. Let's take sugar, for example, since we're talking about Halloween candy. Sugar is a drug, and that's all there is to it. It's highly addictive, it's detrimental to our health, and it lowers our quality of life. Sugar would be in 99.9% of every candy that's in your child's Halloween bag. Don't ask me what that 0.1% is. But we encourage our kids to trick or treat and collect these candies that are basically drugs. And we hand these drugs out to children when they knock on our doors on Halloween night. I know this sounds extreme to some, but think about it. Would you hand a child prescription medication? How about conventional drugs? Of course not. But it's okay to hand over a different type of drug because it's in our food and always sold over the counter. We have GMOs, or genetically modified food, which would be added to, again, 99.9% of the candies in your child's bag after they come back from trick-or-treating. Many of us don't know what a GMO is. Many of us don't know what they are. The fact of the matter is, substances are added to foods that are detrimental to our health. Substances you'll find in each one of these candies that will be eaten and shared or hoarded for the next few weeks. I just watched a new video on GMOs in our food system called Genetic Roulette, the gamble of our lives. Actually sent in by one of my members, so I appreciate that, Crystal. I've done extensive research on GMOs, which you can read about in my book, or you can watch any number of documentaries, either rented, on DVD, on YouTube, or found at your local library. There's no lack of resources. I can promise you that. It's doing the actual research. I'm not going to get into GMOs in depth. I've talked about it before. I've written blogs, talked about it on this show, and I've written about it in my book. The only thing I'll say is how astonished I am and what's allowed for us humans to consume. There really is no regulations on what goes in our food, which is why I stress how important it is to teach ourselves. So that's all I have to say, really. There are bags and bags of candy sitting on our tables, kitchens, and under our children's beds. What's in those candies? You now have a better idea, but you don't know unless you find out. And once you find out, you might think twice about letting anyone you love consume it. My recommendation is to throw the bag out. What a waste, I know. A waste that'll make a difference in the health of whomever's going to consume it. A friend of mine exchanges money for candy to their child. Think of all the things you can do. I know what most people will do, but that's not for me to comment on. Hopefully, whatever choices are made, at least you have a better idea about what's going on.
True Form Life.
That's all we have for you this evening. Be sure to tune in next week for some more fitness and nutrition tips. As always, I'm your host, True Form's Drew Taddia, fitness expert in health and fitness for a better world. Thanks for listening.
You've been listening to Exploring Mind and Body with True Form's Drew Taddia, fitness expert. For more on True Form's Drew Taddia, visit trueformlife.com or call 403-510-4915. Exploring Mind and Body with True Form Life's Drew Taddia would not be possible without the help of GDK Gravel and Sand. GDK Gravel and Sand, now offering all products in 1/2 and 1 yard bags. Give them a call today for more information. 1-877-335-2091.